What's going on, guys? It's Josh's Game Set back here for another commentary, and today I intend to start a new series off, and I think I'm going to entitle it something along the lines of Through the Eyes of Josh, or In the Life of Josh, or A Day in the Life of Josh, or Josh's Past Memories. I don't know, I haven't really come up with a definitive title. We'll see when the video goes up. But before I get onto that, I want to make a few apologies and announcements, I suppose. I'm going to apologise in advance for the lack of uploads in the next few weeks. I've got my GCSE exams which start on the 14th, which when I'm recording this is tomorrow, but when this video is probably uploaded it may be 2 days ago, and that means I've got an exam tomorrow. Tomorrow as in when this video is uploaded. Also, I'm going to leave a couple more links in the description again. I've got @Connor Online and also Rizzle Kid. Rizzle Kid is a friend of mine that goes to my school. He's a fellow Call of Duty commentator like myself, and his channel's pretty epic and he does some decent gameplays. And I really recommend going and checking him out. Also, Connor Online for any GFX that you need, that sort of stuff. Also want to say in advance, I'm pretty sure I had something else to say. Well, we'll see if that comes back to me later on in the video. Anyway, let's get this cracked. And the topic for today's commentary, I guess, is to do with an event which occurred to me in 2002, which is 10 years ago. Very, very long time ago. I'm going to check how long we've been running for. 1 minute 44. It was about the same on my last 4 takes. It took me about a minute to get into the actual commentary. Anyway, so it was roughly, that's nearly 10 years ago. I was 7 years old, and I believe it occurred on maybe 8th, 9th of December. Proves how bad my memory is. My memory's fairly jaded since then. But no, my main theme was something that happened between, not me, it indirectly affects me, but not directly. It was to do with my mother and my father. I love calling them that, they get so pissed off when I say that. But no, it was quite a drastic event, I suppose, which you can class on a family level. As without giving it away, well, there's no way to do it, I'm just going to come out and tell you. It was the start of a divorce process. It's basically how they split up. Which, being the young child I was at the time, was, to put my feelings in a nutshell, I was probably distraught, to say the least. Hurt, confused, just lost, I suppose. So anyway, I'll just go quickly run through what actually happened. I think I come home from school. My mum usually picked me up from school, and I got home. We'd probably have eaten something, sat down, talked about stuff. Then I went upstairs to play. I think it was the original Xbox, the classic Xbox, the black one. No racism. The black, yeah. So I went to play Xbox, and sat there playing games. I think I played for about 2-3 hours. But towards the last couple of hours, I started to hear a lot of arguing downstairs. And at the current age I was, and how long my mum and dad had been together, I was used to hearing them argue and stuff like that. So I was just sat there going, do you know, it's probably nothing. I'm just gonna carry on. I'm just gonna beat this level, and then I may go down and see what was up, because I'm pretty sure I was probably playing Halo or something like that, something to that effect. So anyway, I sit there, I finish whatever game I was playing, then I go downstairs, and I could just see my mum and dad like having a full frontal row. And me being 7 was, I suppose I was really scared. I looked at my mum, looked at my dad, looked at my mum, looked at my dad. My dad was just like, just go upstairs, don't worry about it. Me and your mum were just having a talk, something like that. It was probably something along those lines. That's usually how it goes down anyway, with parents and stuff like that. Hang on, I've got a cough. Yes, I am a little ill, and I'm still committed to do commentary because I really want to put content up, and I'm really feeling the need to make a commentary at the moment. Anyway, so yeah, I just being the obedient kid, I say, okay then, I'll go upstairs, and then trot back upstairs. To play Xbox, hoping the round's going to die down, but sat there and it's gradually getting louder and worse and more violent, I guess. So I'm sat there, I'm just going to ignore it. I'm going to ignore it. 10-15 minutes, I'm going to ignore it. I think I lasted about 10 minutes and walking back downstairs and was like, what the well, the 16-year-old self was putting into the 7-year-old self of me's mouth was, what the fuck is going on? In reality, I was sat down there and went, what's going on? Of course, I wouldn't have used inappropriate language like that. Hang on. And so I would have walked downstairs and I just looked between my mum and dad because they were in the hallway to by where the front door is. Looked at my mum, she's crying her eyes out and she's got her bags packed down by her feet. Looked at my dad, he's semi-upset, but he's full of rage. You can tell my dad's full of rage, he's really angry. He sat there slurring words, just throwing words, just violent terms at her. It's not like violence in I'm gonna beat you senseless bitch, as in why the fuck would you do that and stuff like that. So it's basically generally angry words. And next thing I know, I turn around, look at my mum, and she's walking towards me, gets down on her knees, gives me a hug and a kiss and say, I'll be back. I've got to go for a while. I'll see you soon. Those words have haunted me since I was 7. I really didn't know what to do or make of it. I watched my mum just pick her bags up and walk out the door when I was 7, and I just really didn't know why. I didn't know what had gone on, didn't know what had happened, and I was speechless, gobsmacked. I suppose angry to some extent. And I looked at my dad just walked off, obviously upset, angry, and I just didn't know what to do. And me being there, I was just stood there crying. I couldn't move, I was frozen in the spot. It was obviously a really bad time for the family as a whole, and I just didn't know what to do. I was scared, I guess. I didn't know what was going on, I didn't know what was going to happen next. But that's probably one of the lowest points in my life. My life's a storybook, you can read all about it. Well, of course I'm going to dictate to you what happened, but yeah, so I think I'm just going to leave it there for this episode. In the background, I think I'm going to put some 22&0 Demolition gameplay on Lockdown. Just look out for more videos of this series, more episodes from this series. I'll probably be releasing them maybe on a weekly basis after I finish my exams on a Wednesday. But that's all I've got time for. I want to thank you all for sitting there and actually taking the time to listen to the video, like it and whatnot. It means a lot to me, and I love you guys. Peace.